Hi, Spectre here with Spectre Foreman. We are here at the complex here in Scarborough, Maine. We had a good chance to hear showcase our Infinity. We are going to continue with our episode. This will be episode 3 of what's going on, and it's going to be a little bit of a jump. Now, it's a broad world in the human sphere what's going on.
Lots of reasons.
So yeah, so the Combined Army are not really caring what happened in episode 2, and Ariadna hasn't quite shown what they know about that wind leaf. You're not really sure about that.
They're waiting for the smoke signals to get to them. They're so low tech.
Yes, but Combined Army wants to start a little bit of incursion in some control of territory. And before they do that, though, there is what they know is a old veteran who's kind of had some incursion fighting with the Combined Army. So they want to kind of know what he knows. And they're going to make sure they're going to grab him from underneath the Ariadna noses, bring back that information, interrogate him,
and then...
Yeah, I imagine so. But the heroic forces of the Ariadna are going to make sure that we take him and make him bring back as an instructor to help make sure that it doesn't happen. So we're going to see what happens. However, something new for Spectreverse is the fact that we're bringing something called active terrain. We finally got some vehicles painted up for the future. So they're going to be zipping around the highway, so our highways are no longer bare and not doing anything now. So
now it's Infinity plus Frogger.
Yeah, totally. We're going to be like, we're totally dodging cars moving around and seeing how that pretty much works out. So if you see some vehicles that weren't in the right place as we move across some of the scenarios, that's exactly what's happening. If you want to get some more information on that, you're going to have to go to spectrestudios.us and find the forum page where that's going to link up a little bit more information when you go to the Infinity part of the forum. So we're ready. 200 points. You ready to take this on?
Oh yeah.
All right. We'll see. Let's see who's going to be the great heroes or the great villains in this story as we fight over this guy.
The famous corpses.
Oh, the famous corpses. Or lots of corpses. It could be that way. Okay, everybody. So you just got a little bit of the intro at the complex. You're getting a little bit of the story element that you saw just scroll up. But unfortunately, I had a little bit of corrupted data for one of the things going on. So basically the first round is you're not going to see. It's going to jump basically the start of the second turn with Ariadna forces starting that. They had initiative. Pretty much to kind of give an overview of what happened, the Kazakh with a HMG was able to put down into unconscious one of the Morats, and then a Wolver had moved up to the where in the center of the area where the informant was of the intel, the target, and he was able to put down another Morat into unconscious. However, on the following turn for the Morat, the Combined Army forces, they were able to take the Wolver out. So we're going to basically jump into it from that element there and hope you guys are able to get a hold of the action pretty well enough and follow things from there. Thanks again, and sorry about the data that was lost. Okay, so from here I'm basically going to do a voiceover. I was when I was doing these files, I noticed there was a lot of background noise from the hobby shop, and I thought it would be very difficult to understand exactly what was going on. So we are into turn 2. I'm down to 7 orders. I am moving the hard case. He's come out of camouflaged. He is with the tactical bow, that new model that has been released by Corvus Belli. He is moving to the corner of the building. He is lining up a remote that comes with the Dr. Worm from the Combined Army. The remote had helped allow Spectre Foreman to revive a Dadarazzi who was actually wounded in the turn before with some of his impetuous orders that was happening. So I've got the corner, taking a single shot at him. Dr. Worm, the remote, is going to decide to dodge. He fails, so he'll be struck by the bow. It's a double action, so he needs to make 2 armor saves. And here's the roll, and he failed both of them, so the remote is destroyed. So our hard case able to take that guy out, kind of keep Dr. Worm from performing any more miracles. The Dadarazzi up there was unconscious at the time, but he's now back up. And here I am moving the antipodes up to the corner there.
I was kind of hoping the camouflage would kind of help protect them. The Umbrella that's their lieutenant is able to discover them. So that kind of reveals those guys at the corner. It's a very great tactical deployment of them. That area over there didn't really give them a whole lot of cover, but I kind of wanted to put a little pressure, and so I kind of threw them into that mess. Realizing that, I decided that I need to do something to kind of help them out. So I decided to give the order to the controller, because she has a smoke launcher. And as I kind of did that, I also realized that I could really hit that one spot that is the hard case as covering. It would actually give me an opportunity to kind of move them across without too much trouble. Maybe get to the target. But with the speculative fire, because she wasn't able to see the spot, it was almost an impossible shot. It was a 2 that I needed. So that pretty much means that it is a wasted order. But again, I'm kind of thinking about the matter, do I want to kind of push it? I don't think I want to kind of fully commit to the target yet. So I decided I'm going to put the other shot, another order for her, to kind of screen the antipodes. And again, this is kind of limited and kind of committed to kind of protecting them a little bit more. I don't think I really should have. I could have probably had a lot more different angles to go for. But hindsight's 20/20 now. But the shot is hit, so I now have smoke over there. But again, the Umbrella or the Umbrella can basically, or some of the Marquette can see him. They have a multi-level visor, so wasn't doing them a whole lot of good overall. But I decided I was going to kind of go with it. And again, it's more like putting pressure on. And to make a little matters worse, the Dadarazzi that I'm about to really kind of push on, he had already turned that to look in that direction. Spectre Foreman anticipated that, and I didn't really pay attention to the weaponry he had, and he's taking a light shotgun. So arrows from that, from the Dadarazzi, arrow from the I believe the Marquette that is hiding, the Marquette tractor that's hiding over there. Now, all 3 antipodes are under the template of the light shotgun, so we're doing a face-to-face roll for that. However, one of the antipodes dodge should have also included the Marquette tracker's HMG shot. I kind of would just kind of go in the moment and kind of rushed it. I kind of realized that when we go back to the face-to-face with the 2 models, so you'll see us kind of go back to that. But in that little mess, the Dadarazzi hit 2 of the antipodes, so I have armor checks to make for those. They both fail, so the 2 front antipodes are now unconscious. The 3rd one was able to dodge, and this is where things get a little washy, because either one antipode would have been dead, depending on the model he kind of picked, or this one's dodge would have been, his dodge would have also incorporated, versus the Marquette tracker as well. So he makes his shot there. I'm able to make this dodge. So only one of the antipodes survives the arrow and finishes his last short skill by moving in base to base with the Dadarazzi. So pretty much I'm going to leave him there, because the Dadarazzi has like pretty good close combat stats. So I figured let him waste his irregular or impetuous order on him. And with a few orders left, I'm going to move the Kazakh with the HMG. I'm going to move him basically up to try to get in position to cover the street, because basically I know the combined army needs to cross the street. He's a model on the far right. He'd already put out the Morat that was covering that, and I figured if he was out there, he could at least cause orders to be wasted, or actually perform a very good covering fire to the street, and maybe put down a couple more models, give him some issues. So I decided not to use my lieutenant order. I'm going to keep Tatiana Vladimir secret. It's pretty much hiding in the back there. And now we're moving some of the, you can quickly see us moving some of the vehicles with our new active terrain. So that's why their vehicles in the street are been changing. So this is the impetuous order by the Dadarazzi, who's going to take on the Antipode. He's got martial arts level 3, so he decides to do a burst, an extra burst to it. So the Dadarazzi wins that face to face, and I need to make an armor roll. The Antipode fails, and the Dadarazzi has a shock weapon, so he's going to kill that last Antipode. So that pretty much didn't do as much havoc as I kind of wanted to, but those are the way things go. So feeling pretty confident because the Dadarazzi just put down the Antipode. Spectre Form is going to move him to take on the hard case that has been holding that corner. So light shotgun versus tactical bow. And we didn't bother with template because there's really nobody behind the hard case. So, but I have cover and mimetism, and that's going to pretty much negate all the shotgun's bonuses at that range, while also I'm going to be even as well from the bow. So he's got the first 2. I took the shot, he missed. I hit him, and again he's going to make 2 armor saves because of the double action. But he does have cover, and the Spectre woman didn't quite realize that right away, thinking he died, but it was actually just a wound. So he goes to unconscious, and that's him kind of putting him back and maybe putting the unconscious token there. But at this date, my hard case I'm feeling pretty happy with. I'm calling him Reginald McQueen, or Reggie. Feeling pretty good about him because he's kind of holding that corner with just a bow. I thought that was pretty awesome. Spectre Ames did earlier in the day, kind of commented that the tactical bow was a stupid notion, but with the such popularity with Hunger Games and Arrow, I was kind of feeling, I thought it was a very cool model by Corvus Belli, and instantly got him painted that day and got him up and running for the game. It's feeling pretty good. So here is the Marquis Tracker, who's been kind of wrecking a little bit of havoc on his own. Decides he's just going right across the street. The Kazakh with the HMG that I positioned over there, who's on suppression fire, is going to arrow on him. So I thought it was a pretty good chance. He's out in the open. I got cover. So did put a -3 modifier to him. So burst fours back and forth, each toting an HMG. And with what he rolls, and then my roll against him, he basically crits me, and I have to make another armor roll on top of it. And I fail, so that Kazakh HMG member is dead. Now basically Spectre Foreman's able to kind of just finish him up, get him across the street. And pretty much a lot of the things you're looking at what he's kind of doing here as he's moving the models across is the fact that he's got to kind of really get across the street. Like I said, we started with a active terrain new format to a more or less a storytelling part of a game, not so much of a tournament. So those cars have been moving. You saw me just earlier kind of grabbing one of them. So they've been moving like 12 inches, so you can't really just leave a model on the street without kind of getting them across. Otherwise, you're getting hit by one of those cars. So it was a very interesting tactical play on a lot of it. So the Umber Legret, his lieutenant, is now following the Marquis Tracker across. He's also trying to make sure that he's not getting an arrow kicked off by the hard case. I don't really remember if he was expecting anything too major. We did have a ranged weapon, but I believe Spectre Foreman really set him up to be a close combat machine. So he just basically gets him over there to that corner. I think he's also kind of planning on his set of actions to use when they're more loaded up. But he's just used a bunch already to get to some of those where he's at. So now also Dr. Worm is now kind of moving up, looking to give another opportunity to get him a man back up, because remember the Dadarazzi is still laying there unconscious. So he's now pretty much checking the range of the weapon. This is something we've just pretty much discovered as a studio, that you don't actually run up and administrate this medkit. It can actually be fired from a distance. So we're pretty excited about that. That was pretty cool. So he's getting the range. Fortunately, really, Dr. Worm's in a great shot.
Spectre version of shooting people that have been different. So, okay, what's the range for that kid? Like 10? Yep, so 10 inches.
So it'll be in the lower range. So it'll be -3, so it's an 11.
11?
Yep.
Okay. No! You missed him. Alright, so this is a story game. So we've got a little bit of objective. I'm just going to go with it. I think it's fun, and here's a new model, so why not? He's going to have to live the life of getting by. Thank God this dude is not on speculative suppression fire. So he's going to make the run across 4 inches and dodge with an irregular order.
Yeah, shoot you there when you don't have cover.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, pretty well. So 1 shot versus my dodge.
Oh, that's real close, so that's going to be...
Yeah, it's going to be minus. I think you're in the minus because it's...
yeah.
At least because of the HMG.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking for 9s.
All right. Higher. Oh, that's going to miss anyways. I'm good. All right, so now I do have a little cover. So I'm going to use another order. He's going to get past him to get to the other model.
I'm going to shoot you when you start.
I know, right in my back. So the other move will be to dodge one more time, just in case. Doing the face to face.
Looking for 9.
You actually looking for 6 because I would have covered it. But you got it. Oh, cancel each other out. So we're good. He made it. Now, using another order, he's going to get Mr. Veteran across the street. I can only get 1 move, so this will get me out of line as I get him over here. But it's in the open. He's got me again, but it's -6 for carrying a person this time. So, but you are maybe...
Oh, I thought it was -6 to the guy shooting, because he's trying to...
No, because you
get the guy
can't hit the guy yet. It's part of the information. And I'm at the 8-inch range, so you're still going to be a -9. All right?
Yeah, -9, so I'm looking for 3s.
But I cannot dodge because that takes up all my other short scale order. That's what's going on here. So
looking for 3s.
Here it is. The new model. Does he get him? Oh,
no.
It was close. Now, Queen's going to run for the street. You can only do another short skill.
I can take a shot at the beginning of the
oh, yes.
run.
Yes, correct. You're absolutely right. So we're back at this one. No, because you can get him at 9. So you don't lose the -3. It's not only the 6 now for carrying the body. Because I think it's 8 is the minimum range increment of HMG, right? Yeah. So now it's only -6. So now you're looking for 6.
All right.
And again, I can't dodge. We will get him across the street into the deployment zone. We will be able to get rid of him. We'll have one more mission here. He'll get him over here. And that is pretty much going to keep things going well for us. Got him out close. It was close right there.
There was no way I was going You had to open.
I had to be lucky too. I had to be very lucky. You could have rolled any time, could have been a hit. It was too risky there, but it was pretty enjoyable, pretty well. I think some of the new models came into play. They have done their job. We got a lot of toasted people on the streets waiting all over the place. Very welcome to Spectre Foreman. That was awesome. And we're going to see exactly how things transfer for what the Combined Army will do with Ariadna having a little bit of knowledge. Combined Army is going to be a little bit more aggressive with what they want to do now. So remember to subscribe and get involved with this on SpectreStudio.us. You'll find the webpage there. It will lead you to the forum that will talk about the new AT active terrain that we got going on with a lot of vehicles. Stay tuned for episode 4.